This paints a vivid picture of the streets in Chinese cities where countless individuals find their resting places under bridges or on park benches adjacent to basketball courts. These individuals, largely comprised of the unemployed, as revealed by local netizens who post these videos, are forced to sleep on the streets due to a lack of job opportunities and monetary resources. In the early hours of the morning, at around 3 a.m., a similar scene unfolds at Beijing Children's Hospital in China's capital city, where people sleep on the ground or rest on benches. In China, these scenes of people sleeping on the streets are generally concealed. The government, in an attempt to mask the issue of homelessness, dispatches police to apprehend these individuals and uses fire extinguishers or high-pressure water hoses to disperse them. This practice has provoked cynicism amongst netizens with comments such as, "In China, even the freedom to be homeless is denied." A homeless man in his 30s was arrested on the street by police, a sight that drew sympathetic remarks from netizens, one of whom noted, "The look in his eyes is so heart-wrenching." In Shenzhen, jobless individuals who resort to sleeping on streets are driven away by security personnel with fire extinguishers.
I am currently located in the underground passageway on the first floor of Shenzhen Longhua bus station. During the day, these grounds are dry, but they become wet at night. Why? Because the government has installed sprinklers overhead. The purpose of these sprinklers? To deter workers and homeless individuals without the means for accommodations who sleep here at night, detracting from the city's image. Sprinklers are not only installed in the underground area of the first floor, but also in the shops below. These wet conditions leave these workers and homeless individuals with no place to hide, forcing them to leave.
Longtime volunteer and advocate for the homeless, Mr. Lee shares that many people end up jobless and living on the streets in first-tier cities like Guangzhou and Shenzhen. He adds that 60% of his article he has written have been censored. Mr. Lee states, "Factories have moved or closed down and recovery might take some time. Many people are unwilling to go to the shelters due to the lack of freedom. Some chooses to stay outside and yes, they are driven away. In Shenzhen, for instance, sometimes they use water sprinklers to prevent people from sleeping. Some churches help by arranging meals." Another netizen reveals this year, the number of homeless people in Jing and Shandong is the highest I've seen in my lifetime. This year, China's economy has been continuously sluggish, leading to an unprecedented deterioration in employment. The youth unemployment rate announced by the National Bureau of Statistics of China in June reached a historic high of 21.3%. However, an article published by the mainland financial media Caixin reported a study led by scholar Zhang Dandan from Peking University. The study concluded that
Donald Trump recently warned that the
if the 60 million lying flat or NEET non-workers are counted as unemployed, the actual unemployment rate among young people under 24 years old in March this year will be as high as 46.5%, significantly higher than the official figures released by China. The discrepancy between the numbers provided by Peking University scholars and the official Chinese figures primarily arises from the inclusion of 60 million young people who choose to live off their parents and not seek employment. In official statistics, these non-labor force population. According to a report by Radio Free Asia, Lai Ruwei, the executive director of the Taiwan Inspiration Association, claimed that the Chinese authorities have evidently falsified youth unemployment rates. Friends teaching in mainland China have reported that the government is pressuring schools to present a rosy picture of the unemployment situation. Lai Rongwei explained many schools have been adopting more lenient policies. For instance, if a student works or tutors for an hour a week, they are not considered unemployed. If they can't even find an hour of tutoring, teachers have to find ways through personal connections or relatives working in companies to let students sign up for a fictitious job. The student is not really working there. This is a form of falsification. China's labor market is fiercely competitive, coupled with a sluggish economy, low social mobility, and a lack of good job opportunities. An increasing number of disillusioned young people are finding themselves in a bind. They choose to lie flat, becoming full-time children, staying home to work for their parents, and receiving wages from them. A new term, slacking off, has become popular among the youth. It conveys a deeper sense of pessimism and a fundamental lack of effort. The 4 no's have also become popular among young people. No dating, no marriage, no buying a house, and no to children. Huang Yichen, a young person persecuted for participating in China's white paper movement, noted that many of his peers who graduated from Ivy League schools in the US returned home to become 4 no's youth. Despite their excellent educational backgrounds, they are struggling to find their place in a China plagued by economic decline and high unemployment. Huang Yichen's opinion is young people in China today do not see hope for a future. Under the rule of the Communist Party, all important positions in politics and the economy in China are occupied by those born in the 1950s. Even those born in the 60s have little space, let alone those born in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. So just how severe is China's unemployment situation? Analysts believe that the youth unemployment rate, typically for those aged 15 to 24, is usually 2 to 3 times the average unemployment rate in most countries. If we base our calculations on the youth unemployment rate of 46.5%, we can roughly estimate that the unemployment rate in China's cities exceed 20%. This does not even take into account rural China, as farmers are not included in the statistical scope. A Chinese truck driver revealed that truck drivers can't find work for 3 to 5 days now. With a bunch of idle trucks in the parking lot and struggling to afford food, he's filled with worry. Many Chinese who cannot find jobs opt to work as drivers for ride-hailing services. But a Shanghai-based driver disclosed that ride fares are very low currently, and with a surplus of cars and shortage of passengers, over 100 drivers sometimes compete for a single order. The job market in China is tight. A female university graduate chose to return to her hometown to start a pig farming business. However, an outbreak of swine fever crushed her dreams, leaving her crying at the sight of her last 2 dying piglets. She lamented over the wasted efforts and investment of the past 6 months, likening to the stones sinking to the bottom of the sea. Though it was hard to accept, she was forced to accept it. What does an unemployment rate exceeding 20% signify? The Great Depression of the last century in the United States provides an illustration. In 1930, the unemployment rate was 8.7%, rose to 15.9% in 1931, and peaked at 24.9% in 1933. At the same time, international trade dropped by 50%. 90,000 factories closed in the US. Real estate investment fell by 70%, and the overall price level declined by 30%. Now, industrialized countries rarely experience such high unemployment rates, as there are rich financial and fiscal experiences to counteract depression, and basic welfare systems are more robust. Welfare expenditures help maintain consumption, preventing a first wave of joblessness from immediately shrinking consumption, closing more factories and deepening unemployment in a spiral. In developed countries, sustained unemployment rates above 10% can have serious political and social consequences. China's current situation is more akin to the 1930s in industrialized countries with weak welfare expenditures that fail to maintain a basic decent living standard for the unemployed, leading to clear crowding out effect on consumption. Unemployment could trigger a sharp drop in consumption, which in turn could lead to more unemployment. However, China, an authoritarian regime, controls crisis through strict information and personnel control. George Magnus, author of Red Flags, Why Xi's China is in Jeopardy, believes that finding work for young people is critical, as youth unemployment can harm both society and the economy. Moreover, the biggest issue unemployed young people face is the so-called scarring. Risk identified by economists. The longer young people stay out of the official labour market, the more their skills and experience atrophy, making it more challenging to re-enter the workforce. With over 11 million new graduates entering China's labour market in July, the pressure of employment is unprecedented, and the issue of youth unemployment will become more severe. The China Macroeconomic Forum, CMF, which serves as a weather vane, reported that China's youth unemployment problem is no longer cyclical, but systemic and trend-like. It is predicted that China's youth unemployment issue might persist for 10 years, intensifying in the short term. If mishandled, it could lead to issues outside the economic sphere and even become a fuse for political problems. The main reasons for the...
Pause. Now, listen, I'm done with that. I mean, the whole gist of this is that I told you before, every country, China, the Arab nation, the European nation, all of them are falling. But China is the domino effect. China is going to start the domino effect. And when you hear the youth that's no longer getting jobs, no matter how educated they are, they can't find work. And what's happening? You turn them into what? Military soldiers. You turn them to military soldiers. So this is why you have a certain influx of Chinese young men coming into America. And this is all, this is all destruction by design, just so that you know, just understand and overstand. This is all destruction by design because they know that the planet is becoming unlivable for the artificial race. So, my brothers and sisters, this is not just happening in America. America is going to get it the worst because they still have the golden race in custody. And everybody here is in a complete illusion about what's taking place. But all over across the world, people are performing acts and doing things that you didn't never think that they only did on movies, that you only seen on movies and zombies and zombie movies. But this is all coming here, and it's coming here quickly and fast. But again, my people, you can call it fear mongering. You can call it, oh my gosh, Kalai, you just fear mongering. You're just putting out propaganda. Call it whatever the fuck you want. You call it whatever you want. Call me whatever you want. You know what I mean? Anything to cover up the fact that you are psychologically and physically ill prepared for what's getting ready to come. Because once the power go out, within 3 to 6 months, over 150 million Americans are going to die. And then you put guns in the hands of people that's training every day, by the way. We're not training. We're just training for LGBTQ and training how to fucking order things off of Amazon and DoorDash. So when you put guns in their hand because they're starving, and then they come over here into this country, what you think is gonna happen? So you done lost your mind. So you do what you want to do. Do what you got to do. Believe what you want. Keep thinking that we supposed to live this way right here. With French toast, asphalt on the ground, getting up every day, going to school, going to work. Keep on thinking that the divine creator that was designed this entire planet based off your genetic makeup for you to earn a living on a planet that provides everything for you, that you literally designed yourself. You crazy as shit. So keep thinking we're supposed to live like this. This is going to be worse than slavery. You see, because during slavery, we knew who our enemy is. This is why this entity on the planet is making it look so egregious to our brothers and sisters in the stars. That's why we can't even get along with one another. So just imagine when there's one apple and one bottle of water left on the table, and you hear children crying, you hear women crying, and men are going to cry. Believe that. Who you think was men are going to cry. I value, I appreciate you, abundance, gratitude to my John for calling me hatred, and you can try to get my channel taken down, but YouTube is following universal law. This is why they have to go back 3 and 4 years in my videos and hear me using profanity and say, okay, I got to take this video down and block you for a little bit because you use too much profanity into this video. Because now it's nothing that they can do. They can because it's their platform, but as long as they're following universal law, they got to let my videos circulate, or they can just shadow ban them the best way that they can, because I'm not talking any hate towards y'all. I don't want nothing to happen to y'all, but I will tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have to not want nothing happen to your children. See, those that have forgotten their past are deemed to repeat it, and you have forgotten your past. You forgot about all the crop circles that have been left, and they still being left, and no one has debunked that. You forgot about the 1977 message that was left that was broken into y'all broadcast system in Europe. And y'all all ignored that message in 1977, when clearly in that message he told you that you'll be coming up to a new age of Aquarius. NASA mentioned a new age of Aquarius. They call it the TRAPPIST system. And you mentioned it, I heard you mention it on your video as well, the TRAPPIST system, the new age of Aquarius. So this message was in 1977, spoke about this. And then the message, it clearly stated, he said, be still now, for your chance may not come again. It wasn't me. I didn't make that message. My brother made that message off the orders of our mother, the mother universe. It said, be still now, or your chance may not come again. All your weapons of destruction must be put aside. No more. The time for conflict has now passed, and the race of which you are a part must proceed to its higher stages. If you show yourself worthy to do so, he says, you have nothing but a short time to learn to live together in peace and harmony. And then further on in that message, he spoke to another group of species that's on the planet, and y'all all ignored it. He said, to our dear friends, we too have watched you grown over the years. You know now that we are here, as you have watched our lights in the skies as well. There are more beings on and around your planet than your scientists admits. Who owns scientists on this planet? Can it be David Rockefeller, Jacob Rothschild, Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford? Can it be those type of family members? Can it be those that created an economic system that has it pushed inside of that small brain of yours, that you can only live underneath their economic system, and you can't break away from that and build a bond with your brother and actually build your own house and create a plumbing system? Now, the reason why it's hard for y'all to do that and see that y'all can actually live together and thrive together as a species, because y'all naturally can't live together with one another. This is a scientific and a biological fact, because of the animal that you have been genetically spliced with. You've been genetically spliced with a naturally violent animal. And then all the other DNA sequences that have been placed inside of you are all female. So let me give you an example. You have the male monkey genetic that you have been spliced with, and all the other animals, a majority, 75% of them or 80% of them, are all females that you have been genetically spliced with. Fruit fly, worm, muskrat, chicken. And this is why it's so easy for y'all to convert into what you would call the other sex, or perform the other, doing homosexuality shit. It is what it is. There's no hatred. So it's just being realistic. This is a biological, scientific fact. So at any point in time, I would ask YouTube, or they can shut the video down, and I ask you, James Coughlin, I would like for you to go live with me so that you can tell me or point out the hate that I have for your species and not me telling the truth. So let me go over here. Let me read something real fast, right? It says, those with antisocial personality disorders tend to lie, break laws, impulsively, and lack regards for their own safety or the safety of others. Now, hear that again. Those with antisocial personality disorder tend to lie, break laws, act impulsively, and lack regards for their own safety or the safety of others. Now, doesn't that sound like you? Because y'all act, you lie about everything that's stated that comes out of your mouth in regards to, and this is your media or even you, because you can ask a lot of people that's in America right now, what country are you from? And a lot of white people, or so-called white people, would say they're from America. That's a lie. It's a lie. You're not from here. Your forefathers slaughtered and murdered the people that were already here. That's just a lie. I'm not making this up. So when I'm sitting here I'm reading the stuff that you all are writing and putting down. So it's not like I'm saying, why wouldn't God test you? So anyway, I'll get to that. I will answer that question. But this is the thing that I sit there and I'm like, if I'm reading from your source, if I'm telling you that ionized particles, what your scientists are writing down and putting on the internet, is breaking down your cellular structure, then why am I racist or hatred behind that? Because I'm not telling the sun physically to release ionized particles. I am advising my big brother in the sky to do your job. Do your righteous work. That's what I am. And that's spiritually. Do your righteous work. And I am speaking in a language that people can understand. The sun is speaking at a frequency. I'm speaking a vernacular frequency that the sun is speaking at nothing but frequency. So some people, and it's some people that can understand other languages that are speaking sun frequency. So again, if it's hard for you to grasp or catch on to what's taking place on the planet, and you're upset or what's taking place on the planet, then that's on you. That's on you. So now let me go over here. Again, antisocial behaviorness, deceitfulness, hostility, irresponsibility, manipulativeness, risk-taking behaviors, aggression, impulsivity, irritability, or lack of restraint. Whoa.
And this is how the outside nations is. They can't live in peace with each other, especially when things go down. Or as I like to say, shit hits the fan. And what's happening in China will happen to them in America. Something's going to be way worse. Keep going.
Whoa. That sounds like a group of people during slavery. Don't it sound like a group of people during slavery? Let's go over that again. Antisocial behaviors. Anyone can look this up because it's right there. That's why I say it's also important to study psychology. Psychologists study neurology, and because they understand that the brain controls all of your physical function, so they study the brain. This is how it's nothing. They're not fucking special people. They studying you. So when they studying you and they can create and they figure out ways to get you to react the way that they want you to react. That's all it is. So here you go. Antisocial behavior. Deceitfulness. How many times we have been deceitful? How many times these people have been deceitful towards us? Hostility, anger, aggression. Put your hands up, freeze, sit down. You're breaking the law. You know what I mean? Abusing us in every form or facet. Irresponsibility. Yeah, how many of them are irresponsible? And even irresponsible for their own future with their own children. Manipulativeness. Whoa, manipulating. And that's what he did on his video, gaslighting, talking about, oh, Khalid, we got to get this channel shut down. Now, in his video, he want to get my channel shut down and then say how tomorrow morning at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding. It's okay. You know what I really want to do? I really want to be outside all day, you know what I'm saying, every day talking this and enlightening my people. But guess what? I got to earn a living on a planet that I provide that provides everything for me. A planet that my mother created, and I am the child of the throne. But yet you overthrew my throne, abusing my mother psychologically, and now she hate her sons. You understand? For whatever reason it may be, S-U-N, not a S-O-N. She hates her sons, and she even shows self-hatred to herself by the things that she chooses to indulge in. Especially now that we're spawning your children. So, hold on, let me pull this video up. Because I want to play partial of the video. So somebody had to call him.
Guys, what's going on? My name is Luis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is not.
Somebody called him on the video. Somebody called him and told him about the video that I did. So when somebody told him about the video that I did, he actually pulled my picture up on the screen and started, talking about the video, which is cool. And I don't knock him for it. You know what I mean? I don't knock him for what he did. But again, like I told him, I would love to go live with you. I would love for you to, provide any type of the hate that I have in my heart, or even that I'm a sociopath or I'm a psychopath for that matter. I need you to show me that. You know what I mean? I need you to prove that. And one thing about me, I don't have pride. I have ego. Every natural living organism on the planet has an ego. If you look at nature has an ego, but they don't have pride because they all willing to learn. So I'm willing to learn and I want to be better. So again, I would love for us to go live so that way that you can provide some facts of my mental disorders far as being a sociopath or a psychopath. And more importantly, even the people that watch my videos, because he said everybody that's in the comments agrees with everybody in the comments agrees with what I was saying. So hold on, my people. My eye was itching. My bad. My eye was itching. Let me put my specs back on. My eye was itching. So let me play a little bit of this video. I'm waiting for it to come up. It's coming up, but I'm waiting for him to start talking.
Got it, Joe. Got it. All right, sorry guys. Listen, Jerome, you can hang on for a second. Listen, guys, this guy is pushing for taking all you people out, and YouTube is pushing this. They're pushing.
Pause. So now he said, I'm pushing to take all people out. Now, didn't I just tell y'all what were the 5 characteristics or 6 characteristics of a sociopath? Hold on for 1 second, people. My eyes bothered. I just told y'all this happened. I was up all day. Up all day. Hold on. I just told y'all the 6 characteristics of a sociopath, right? That will lie and use manipulation. And the manipulation was that, hold on, that I'm pushing to take all white people off the planet. Wait a minute here. Hold the French toast door. And listen, let me just say this to you. White children, I want y'all to understand this. If you are considered, according to Western ideology, if you are considered a white child, right, and you are 15 years or younger, let me explain something to you. Your elders have led you down a dark path, and they have no way of getting out of this path, and they're going to try to use you. What I mean by use you, they're going to try to feed off of you, because you don't know about the last dark ages. They don't talk about dark ages in school. I can tell you that right now. They do not speak about dark ages in your school, in your colleges, and your university. They do not talk about that in there. So I'm telling you right now, children, white children, other races of children that are 15 years or younger, if I was you, I would pay attention to the people that are around you, because they are going to be a threat to you. Just understand that. So let me put my glasses back on so I can finish hooking this up. So first and foremost, he lied right off the door and said that, yo, this guy is talking about taking you people out. Now, YouTube or anybody cannot find one video on my platform that I said that we should go eradicate any other races of people. I tell my people to go outside and high five the sun and fucking intellectually sharpen their brain and rewire their brain with a process.
Now, I'll be dead honest, and I tell the truth is of the matter that they're not able to exist anymore. You know, I know the book says a lot of things, but if there's any left, they're not gonna live comfortable, because what goes around comes around, and it don't even necessarily have to be by the people you did it to. Sometimes it's by other people, but there's a lot that's gonna happen. Bottom line is that we're gonna be in control of everything. We're gonna be the one everybody's looking to for all the answers, and they're gonna be listening to us and doing what we want, because they're gonna realize what we are and who we are. And that's soon. So a lot of stuff's coming to America. We're just showing you this part of the video because he's gonna give some information that you should know, and he's telling the truth. And the other thing is how some of these people are.
Neuroplasticity. That's exactly
Outside nation, some people.
I tell my brothers and sisters to do. And that defend yourself by any means necessary. Don't let nobody harm you. But the first way we should be defending ourselves is psychologically. And if we can defend ourselves psychologically, we don't have to worry about the dead bothering us. So that's the first thing that jumps out right then and there. Yo, guys, he's talking about taking you people out. Really? I didn't get that. So anyway, hit that. Hold on. Yeah, hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. Come on. Hit that like button. Come on, hit that like button. That's all. I appreciate you. Hit that like button.
So he got 20,000 views over 20 hours here. And y'all need to go to this channel. Y'all need to go to this channel, hit these three buttons and report this. Because he's got 60,000 people strong that all are 100% in agreement with this hate speech. And again, YouTube's not going to do anything about it. Anything about it. If enough of y'all speak up, maybe. But you know what he's talking about?
YouTube don't do anything about the stuff he's saying because he don't be teaching or pushing any hate speech. He just be telling the facts. The facts.
Time is almost here. They have a plan for you guys. And I know because they've contacted me and told me their little plan. But y'all...
Pause. You heard what he said? He agreed with me. He said they have a plan for you guys. Like, and once again, Stockholm Syndrome. You separating yourself from your own species. They have a plan for you guys. Like he's separated from them. Like his ass gonna go to another planet while while his people are being dealt with. They have a plan for you guys, and I know about it. I know about it, but they have a plan for you guys. Here is the plan, so that way you will all know. It's not a plan, it's a reality, just so that you know. All other races had an opportunity to harmonize on the planet together. Because you did not, and so-called black people have been under so much tyranny and abuse from you all are going to be forced to live together with very little vegetation. Now, does that make sense to you or not? Because if you look around the planet, look at your crops and look at your wheat fields and
very little food, very little things to eat. It's gonna force y'all to turn on each other. And then, well, if you have any common sense, you have an idea about what's happening with China and all this other stuff. You see what's going on with them, and you see how they're them and Russia sneaking soldiers over here. So no telling what's happening with Russia, right? No, with it, I look at that like it's happened. So y'all gonna be at war with each other, trying to eat each other, fighting against Russia, fighting against China, fighting against probably Hezbollah, fighting against probably ISIS, fighting against your government. It's gonna be total chaos, and that's why I told our people to get out of the cities. His way destroys himself. Think about that. These are Jacobs or Yakubs, the big head scientists, who is the devil. S word for ST, and all those names y'all calling on, that's who it is. He made all the outside nations. Now, the funny thing is, the good people, the good guys, which is our guys, allowed it. Because they wasn't really, like they asked for it, right? So they had a chance to harmonize. Like I said, they had a chance to do the right thing. They never did it. Still to this day, whose land they on? Whose land they occupied? What's really going on? How are we treated? You know what I'm saying? We the kings and the queens of this earth and of different parts of galaxies. So we have many houses, many homes, many mansions, many planets, and many avatars. We're multi-dimensional beings. We are. The woman is too. The black woman, that is, even calls her black. She's the ether. We the ether too, but she's the ether, female energy. And we got the female energy out there, and we got the male energy out there, which you need, but they don't understand how far their ancestors took this, or at least they act like they don't understand.
Your cornfields, look at everything that you get. Look at all of it. It's being shut down by weather, what you would call climate change. Either it's being flooded out or it's too cold for your crops to grow. So just look around in all of your countries. The food is being shut down. Not only is being shut down by nature, the natural order of life, but your own government, your own people, your own creators that are underground is shutting down the vegetation as well. Why? Because they know that you had an expiration date. They know you're going to be you're more now in the way than you're needed. Your time of need is over. So you agree with me in one breath, and then you say, well, I'm speaking hate speech in the next. So let me keep on moving. Let me keep on moving with this.
I need to find out what's going on here. Please go listen to this video. If you find it offensive and if you don't want to be in South Africa here in 9 months, you best report this channel. Feeding time is almost here. Listen to what he has to say.
Okay, let's revert this. So he said,
Hold on, no, but South Africa didn't eat them. All South Africa did was take their land back. Start taking their shit back. What's wrong with that? They should have gave them their shit back. So they wouldn't have had to come take their shit back. That's just common sense. Do the right thing.
I want to be in South Africa in 9 months. Oh, yes, you know something going down. Huh? Okay, let's start with this. How did you get in South Africa in the first place? So let me just make this very clear. When you go into South Africa, right, this is being honest. The people that were living along the beach, where the beautiful beaches were at, oh my gosh, amazing beaches, right? People that were living along that were pushed in from the beach, just like they did black people here in America, pushed us away. We live in a forest. We literally was pushed in the forest, and the people that took over live on a coastline. So now if you go and look at South Africa, do you not know is black people in South Africa literally have to walk around with a piece of paper when they moving from town to town to go in there, because you can't go in there unless you're actually working for that. And then you have so-called white people living in these condominiums and these nice-ass houses, indoor pool, outdoor pool, whatever the case may be, and they living so comfortable along the coastline with all the beaches and their resorts and hotels all along the coastline. And people are going to say, well, Kalab, black people agree to it. Yeah, I understand. Those are slaves. Listen, those are slaves. Even during slavery, you had black people agree with the slave, because we did anything. We did anything except for stand up for our species. We will accept anything from another species. You know what I mean? What did Harriet Tubman say? Harriet Tubman said, I freed 100 slaves, but I would have freed a whole lot more if they knew they were slaves. Don't get it twisted. So hold on.
Say, and make sure YouTube knows it. Report. This person has listen to what he has to say.
Report.
And make sure YouTube knows it. Report. This person has a huge following of sociopaths. And ladies and gentlemen,
hold up. I got a huge following of social.
So how they get that is simple. They simply killed them with a pen. Agreeing to shit you don't understand.
Pass. Y'all not laughing at him, but it's funny. I got a whole following of sociopaths. People when we deal with reality, we sociopath. We ain't never harmed nobody other than ourselves. We brought harm on ourselves. It is. But it's a rat, though. It is a rat. Trust me when I tell you. It's a rat. So you let yourself down this path. Okay, here we go. Irresponsibility, manipulativeness, risk-taking behaviors, aggression, impulsivity, irritability, or lack of restraint. They have no restraint on what they do on this planet, no whatsoever. They just continue to keep going and going. Like right now, James Coughlin, let me ask you a question.